And we're live. Welcome back. In this video, we're breaking down criminal law, including classifications of crimes, defenses, corporate liability, constitutional protections, and money laundering. Fast and exam ready. So, civil law involves disputes between individuals or between individuals and the government. So, examples of these are contracts, torts, divorce, and property disputes. The remedy is usually money damages. In contrast, criminal law involves a wrong against society. The government prosecutes, and the goal is punishment. So, next, the elements of crime. There's two required elements. So, first, it's actus reus. For those that don't know, this is a guilty act, a prohibited action. And then we have mens rea. This is a guilty mind, criminal intent. Most crimes require both. Now let's go into the classification of crimes. So first up we have felony. That's the most serious crime. Examples of this are murder, rape, robbery, and arson. This is punishable by prison. Next we have misdemeanor. Misdemeanor is for less serious crimes, punishable by fines or shorter jail time. Next, let's go into the types of crimes. So first we have violent crimes, which is murder, rape, assault, and battery. Then we have property crimes, which are burglary, larceny, theft, receiving stolen goods, arson, forgery, and false pretenses. Next, let's go into white collar crimes. What are those? White collar crimes are basically non-violent crimes committed for financial or business advantage. Examples of this are embezzlement, mail fraud, wire fraud, insider trading, bribery, bankruptcy fraud, or theft of trade secrets. Oh, what's up, Leo? Hey, Chaos. So, let's move into money laundering. So, money laundering is basically the process of making illegally obtained money appear to come from a legitimate source. Examples of this are a criminal reports illegal drug money as revenue from a fake business. So, money laundering is often connected to organized crime and racketeering. So, let's go into organized crime and racketeering. Organized crime provides illegal goods and services such as gambling, prostitution, illegal narcotics, counterfeiting, and loan sharking. Racketeering, this is operating a coordinated illegal scheme, a racket for repeated profit. Next, let's go into corporate criminal liability. Corporations can be criminally liable when employees commit crimes within the scope of employment. The corporation fails to perform required legal duties. Corporate directors and officers are personally liable for crimes they commit. So those are your CEOs. And next, let's move on to defenses to criminal liability. So justifiable use of force comes first. Self-defense or defense of property is what is considered justifiable use of force. Next, we have necessity. That means preventing a greater harm. Next, we have insanity, which is the lack of mental capacity to form criminal intent. Next up, we have mistake of fact. This can excuse liability if it negates intent. And then we have duress. Duress is the unlawful pressure to commit a crime, not a defense to murder. And lastly, we have entrapment. This is induced by law enforcement to commit a crime. So, let's move on to the constitutional protections. So, we have the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures and requires probable cause for warrants. Let's go into the exclusionary rule. This is illegally obtained evidence that cannot be used in court. Next, let's talk about the Fifth Amendment. Basically, this says that no double jeopardy, no self incrimination, and due process by law. And let's go into the Sixth Amendment. Sixth Amendment is the right to a speedy trial and public trial, and jury trial, and the right to confront witnesses, and the right to an attorney. Let's talk about the Amendment. So that is basically saying that no excessive bail, excessive fines, or cruel and unusual punishment shall be given to the criminal. And now let's move on to number 10, plea bargaining. Plea bargaining is basically the defendant pleading guilty to a lesser charge for a lighter sentence. And let's talk about the statute of limitations. Basically, criminal charges must be filed within a certain time limit. After that, prosecution is barred. Criminal law punishes wrongs against society. To prove a crime, you need actus reus and mens rea. Know the classifications, defenses, constitutional protections, and especially money laundering for white collar exam questions. That's criminal law.